Hello, and today we have with us half of Carnivore Vitality. Hello, Daniel. Nice to have you join me.
Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
So you're Daniel, and then your other half of Carnivore Vitality is Ed, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And Ed could not be with us today. So we're just gonna go ahead and have this conversation now, and he's gonna be super jealous. And he's gonna want to have another interview later down the road, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll have to do it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
so tell me, number one, I'm sorry to do this to you because as a woman, I get this all the time. People ask me all the time, but how old are you?
Guess.
I think I know.
Oh, 18.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
18, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm turning 19 soon, but yeah, I'm 18 and Ed's 19, so
Yeah, and that's an absolute miracle that you guys have found number one, the ability to take responsibility for your health. And then number two, that you found this way of eating. So tell me how that came about for you personally, because we'll talk about Ed later whenever
yeah,
he
yeah.
gets back. But tell me about you.
So I find the common trend with the carnivore diet is, most people don't really care about their health until they hit around like 50, and then maybe their health starts to tank a bit, and then like, oh crap, like I'm in some serious trouble. For me, my health was starting to tank a little bit earlier, so I think that's why I got more interested in it. So around 2 years ago, um, so I was always really interested in the gym, nutrition and stuff. I was going to the gym a lot. I was listening to the advice of nutrition, eat heaps of carbs, take protein powder, all this protein, and my skin just really did not like it. I was getting massive volcanoes. Like I have
Mm.
photos of some of my posts. I was getting cystic acne everywhere, all over my face. And doctors just said, "Oh, it's hormonal. Um, it's hormonal. There's nothing you can do about it except for like maybe cutting out dairy." And I tried it, it didn't work. And then, I didn't, it just ruins a young kid's confidence when you just have acne everywhere. It's one of the worst things growing up. And I saw this doctor and put me in this drug called Accutane.
Mm.
I'm not sure if you've heard of it over there in America.
Yeah, and
Accutane, it's
where are you at?
Sydney, Australia.
Yes.
Yeah, so Accutane, and what it does, I'm not exactly sure, but it like dries out all the glands in your body or something. So it's literally impossible to get acne, but it just destroyed my body. It's
Yeah.
so powerful. A lot of people get like, I think vitamin A poisoning or something from it because it's like a high dose of retinol. I don't know, but it's definitely not a good drug. And then, yeah, since then, it's just absolutely destroyed my health. And that was 2 years ago. Um, and then, yeah, I've always had trouble with, focus and depression a bit since that. And all the doctors didn't actually know what to do. They just threw pills at me and said you're stuck with it for life. Um, and while the pills in the short term did work, I just didn't want to live a life stuck on pills. And this actually put me in a bit of a depressive slump at the start of this year because I was just on all these pills and I had no hope because I thought this is just the way my life's going to go. I gained a lot of weight. I was quite hopeless, didn't really know what to do. I wanted to go to uni, but I couldn't focus. I wanted to do sport, but I was injured because this drug just ruined my body. I couldn't run, couldn't do anything. And then out of desperation, I was searching up everywhere online and, I found the zero carb space on Reddit. And that gave me so much hope because I was searching on Google how to fix ADHD, how to fix chronic pain, I was just literally just searching everywhere how to fix it because I'm like, I do not want to live a life like this. I'd rather die than live a life stuck in pills and just, yeah. And then I found after the zero carb space, I saw all this anecdotal evidence of all these people saying, "Oh, I was lowering my carbs massively helped with ADHD, cured my depression. A lot of my pains went down." So then after doing that, I just started binging it so much because it gave me so much hope. I'm like, wow, is there some truth out there? And then I found the carnivore space. And then I was just so desperate for answers. I didn't even know like anything about the carnivore diet, or I didn't even know why vegetables are bad or anything. I just started it. I didn't even care.
Yeah. Because when you're desperate, you're just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me that later. I just want to see if this works.
Yeah, like I didn't even I knew that was the cholesterol thing or whatever. Like obviously I know cholesterol's not bad for you now, doing more research, but I knew there was the cholesterol thing and like people like oh cholesterol. And I didn't really know an answer, but even if it was bad for my cholesterol, I just didn't care because because I just was so desperate. And it's been 3 months and oh my gosh, it's I can't even explain in words how it's changed my life. I've lost 23 kilograms in 3 months. I don't have a single spot on my face, and I had the worst cystic acne. I have not been depressed for a single second unless I cheat. Um, my pain within 2 weeks, I was able to walk again. A lot of my hamstring pain went away, but the doctors didn't know how to fix it. It's just my brain fog's gone. It's just I just need to tell people about it because there's so many young kids out there. And if you look at the rates of like ADHD, depression, so many kids are on meds, and this message just needs to get out there because it can leave so many kids with no hope.
Absolutely. And one question that I have is, well, I'll give you this background. The male brain is not fully developed in to be able to assess risk until they are 19 years old. And so what your brain did is an absolute miracle. Most males in your age range would have been like, whatever, okay. You were like, no, like, this is not going to happen. I've got to figure this out. So the fact that your brain and then that you were able to follow through with this is nothing short of a miracle. It's absolutely amazing. Do you get that sense whenever you compare yourself to your peers?
Um, Sort of, I don't know. I've always been a bit of an ambitious kid. I've always liked to push past my limits. I've always been quite sporty, so I think it translated over. I just, I just can't accept a life of just suffering. I just can't accept it. So I just was like, I'll do anything. I don't care. And so yeah, I guess I'm a little bit different, but I think that everyone has their own journeys. So, you know, maybe I just found it a little bit early and yeah.
So, did you find this way of eating first, or did Ed find it first? And were you guys
Yeah.
already friends before?
Yeah, so we've been friends since like preschool. We went to the same high school together, and yeah, we were really, really good mates. And so I was learning about the zero carb space and water fasting and that sort of stuff. But then I told Ed I was trying to lose weight. And he's like, "Oh, my dad's on the carnivore diet. His dad was on the carnivore diet for like 8 months, and I didn't even know." And then he's like, "Oh, you
Synchronicity.
should-" sorry.
I said that's like synchronicity.
And then he's like, "Oh, you should try it." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it." And then, like, in combination with that and learning about the zero carb space, that just convinced me. And then after a week, I was doing heaps of research and I was just kept on telling Ed, bro, you gotta try. Although I didn't get the benefits straight away, I was just doing the research. I'm like, bro, you gotta try this. Like, stop doing what you're doing. You gotta try this. And then a week later, he started. So we started like the same time, just like a week difference.
Yeah. And so when did you guys decide, you know what? We need to tell other people about this.
Yeah, so um Ed's 19th birthday. Um Oh no, so yeah, so we're learning heaps about it, and we're like, bro, this is like actually the truth. We need to tell people. And then were just heaps into it, getting heaps of steaks, eating them together, and just loving the journey. And then we're like, we have to tell people about it. People are so brainwashed. And so on Ed's 19th birthday, I don't know, we got him like a bunch of steaks and that. And then while we're eating, we're just like, screw it, let's just record a video and put it on YouTube. Let's just like it was no thumbnail, no editing. It's still up. You can even check it's our first ever video. It's like carnivore update 19-year-olds or 18-year-olds or something.
I love it.
And we just chucked it up. It was like zero editing. The lighting was so bad. And ever since then, we just haven't looked back. We saw so much positive feedback. We started an Instagram account. And that was literally 1 month ago. It feels like that was like a year ago. It was 1 month ago, and now we're already like, I don't know. It's just we haven't looked back, and I guess this niche is just so supportive. So thank you to everyone for supporting us and yeah, helping us get going.
Well, and I really think what's so exciting for us is that, like you said, we are like, I was 40 years old. That's 20 years difference, 22 years difference, you
Yeah.
know, that I had to wait until I couldn't walk. And
Mm,
I, was so mentally ill and physically ill. And then I was like, maybe I should stop eating the donuts. Like, maybe I should put the cake down. Maybe I should stop eating entire pizzas by myself.
mm.
It didn't even occur to me. It never occurred to me to change my eating. And so the fact that number one, it occurred to you at the age of 18, and number two, that you followed through with it, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but
And
I,
go ahead.
so there you go.
I was just going to say, so what has been the response that you've gotten back um, from, followers? Have you gotten a lot of people in your age range, or is it older people?
Yeah, I was gonna say something about how you found it. Um, I
Yeah,
find I find most people that are a little bit older than me, they always say, "Oh, I wish I could have found it at your age," or like, "You're so lucky to found it." And yeah, we're so blessed. That's why it would be a crime to not make this YouTube channel. We've got like a 20-year head start to tell people. So, but
seriously.
I find that most people, I was reading this book and it sort of talks about how in like nature, like things need like bushfires need to occur for new trees to grow and stuff. And it's like for humans, often it takes us to reach an absolute breaking point before we change the tide, sort of. And so it's quite interesting what you're talking about there. Yeah. But your question was the
The age,
response.
yeah, the
Well,
age of the people that respond. Like, are you getting people that are 18, 19 that are listening to you that have never heard about this?
yeah, so a lot of our friends from real life, from school and stuff, they actually found the channel. We tried to keep it a bit in the low, but they actually all found it and stuff. And some have just been like, oh, that's stupid. I'm like, who cares? We're not going to waste our energy on people who don't care. But a lot of them have actually been really interested and asking us questions, and they're actually trying it now, which is sick. And like, it's so sick.
They're trying
Um,
it?
yeah, and they're like our mates and stuff. So it's sick.
That's
And
so exciting. I remember the first time like I had somebody because I was like, okay, I'm just n equals one. Like this worked for me. And then I just started sharing my story online July of 2019. And oh, the first time that somebody was just like, hey, I had mental illness. I listened to what you said and I don't have mental illness anymore. And I was like, what? I was like, my video changed your life. And then I
so
was hooked. I was hooked. I was like, I'm never going to shut up.
yeah, just the even it doesn't even matter who you are. Like it could be you who's like a psychologist and me who's an 18-year-old. I feel like anyone can sort of spread that message. Because it's not really me, it's just like sort of the message of the carnivore diet, and it can just yeah, it can just really, really help someone. And that's one of the reasons why I think we keep going, because just seeing that positive feedback of, it can really save people's lives. And yeah.
Absolutely. And so what are you guys thinking going forward? Just make videos until like I love I love and I don't like whenever you go to the grocery store. I'm like leave those people alone. Like the mom in me is like stop. But I love that you do it so politely. Like you're so respectful. You're not like disrespectful. Like I think about the little old lady with the cart, you know.
Yeah.
And so what's your vision going forward with your channel Carnivore Vitality?
Yeah, so we've analyzed a bit of the space and sort of who's posting and whatnot. And, we're obviously going to upload like every day, every second day, just content videos and that sort of stuff, and about the carnivore diet, what we've learned. And I do think because we want to attract a wider audience, me and Ed, we started thinking about, going to the grocery store, doing some more like funny stuff to try, like get a TikTok account to try maybe reel in some of the youth because I know that the youth can have short attention spans and maybe they'll find it funny and then maybe they'll be like, oh, maybe this guy's right about some stuff. So the grocery shopping thing, we're like, oh, do we want to do it? Because it's not like the best, but it's kind of funny, so it can help reel in some youth. So that's sort of our long-term goal to yeah, do well in the space, help a lot of people, and then sort of extrapolate and expand to more different niches and try to get them into our niche, I guess.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I think that being in that uncomfortable space might be necessary, for the greater good. And like I said, it's not like you're damaging, you're just having a conversation with an old
yeah,
lady. It's just you happen to record it and have a mic on, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Um, and it really is solid information that you're giving. I
yeah,
mean, and maybe you're even changing her life. Who knows? Maybe you're planting a seed in her life and you're helping her. Um, so I really love it. I love what you guys are doing. And I love that it's something that I recognize that I can't do. Like I was on TikTok for like 10 minutes and I was like, this is not the place for me.
yeah.
Um, but
We
it
don't
is
really
the
like
place for
TikTok.
you. Do what?
No, we don't really like TikTok. I don't know. I just hate, I catch myself scrolling on the For You page and I just, because I haven't had it in like 2 years and now, I don't know, we're not sure about TikTok. Like we sort of just copy our reels from Instagram onto TikTok because most chances you're not going to be looking at both. You're going to be looking at one or the other. But yeah, we'll see. We want to focus on YouTube though, because that's like the main thing. And then the Instagram's just like a side thing, I guess.
Exactly, exactly. So what are some of your favorite foods?
Well, obviously steak. Um, yeah, steak, just, a nice medium rare steak, some salt, butter. Um, that's literally just, I feel like I heard Dr. Chafee talk about this a lot. Steak is nice until you are full. So he's saying that when steak tastes nice, you should keep eating it. And then as soon as it stops tasting nice, that means you should stop eating it. It's sort of like your body telling you enough is enough. So yeah, I just think when you're really hungry, a nice, juicy, fatty steak is just amazing. What about you?
I actually I eat like a mixture. I have beef fat, and then I have
Okay,
ground beef, and then I have steak in every meal.
cool,
So I that's like my full plate
cool.
is a
Nice
mixture with
balanced diet.
yeah, nice balanced diet of
Bit of
beef
everything.
and beef fat. Um,
Yeah,
did you get any pushback from your family or from friends?
I converted my whole family now. Nah, it's not like that. But because every time I learn stuff, I don't know. I don't have anyone to talk to because everyone in my house is sort of down this path of vegetables are good for you and stuff, and meat is bad. And so I've slowly been just educating my parents a bit because I just have all this information I've been learning and I have to just tell someone. So I've just been ranting to my parents and my mum's now on the carnivore diet. My dad's like 90% animal based.
Oh, that's
And my
huge.
brother doesn't really care. So yeah, but a lot of I have had a bit of negative feedback from like just people, but they're kind of bums anyway, so I don't really care. Just like people or about the YouTube channel, but whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're just like you just consider the source and you're like, okay, you're not my audience.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Like we're actually helping people with their life. What are you doing? It's like, you know,
Exactly, exactly. Well, I'm so excited to welcome you guys into this space and to have you. And I really hope this is not our last interview. I would love to stay connected and to follow up with both you and Ed. And so on Instagram, you are at Carnivore Vitality, and I will link that in below. And then on YouTube, you are Carnivore Vitality.
yeah. And TikTok as well.
And TikTok. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
TikTok.
the three main ones. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time. And is there anything else that you would want to tell my listener, my older listeners?
Yeah, just, keep going, keep seeking the truth no matter what you do, um, and just question everything you're told. And that's just, I think, the most important thing. Find the truth for yourself and don't care what anyone else thinks. So yeah,
Awesome. And I think you really give us hope for your age group, to know that it is possible, that there are these outliers like you and like Joey Schwartz
yeah, yeah, yeah. We love
who
Jordan.
like are getting it. And so it just gives us so much hope instead of the other ones that are like, no, pass me my Takis and my ramen noodles and my soda. And you're like,
Yeah,
ugh.
mm.
Awesome. So thank you so much for your time, and we will see you again.
Thanks so much for having me.
No
So yeah,
problem. Bye.
bye.